Hi, I'm back with the last palette in the series, this one right here. This one is called Powdery Pink, and it's probably the lightest out of the four. It's actually probably my least favorite as well. One, because it's super light, and two, I don't love gray and pink together on my eyes. It's just, I don't like it. It doesn't look good. But let's do a little swatch. Like I said, this is super light. Like it looks pigmented, but when I put it on my skin, it sort of disappears a little bit. So here's the pink, like the pigment's sort of there, but it's really, really light. Sort of a barely there. Oops, stop right there. Barely there palette. So if you like super light shadows, this could be a palette for you, you know? I don't think it's necessarily a bad palette, but it's not quite what I look for when I'm shopping for a palette. But anyways, let's play with it anyways. So I'm gonna start with this really light color, and I'm gonna, kind of give myself a little base all over the lid and up into the crease. So we'll just do that. And like I said, you can barely see it, so it's pretty darn light. I think this would also be really good if you had a teenage daughter or a tween daughter who's looking to get into makeup, but you don't want her to have anything too vibrant. This would be a good one, I think. So we're going to take the pink and put that in the crease. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do for liner, because the last time I used this, I used a black liner. Did not look good, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably decide that when I'm done. But you can see it's just a barely there, barely showing up. And like I said, that's not necessarily a bad thing if you like super light eyeshadow. I don't think at all. So yeah, I like something just a little more color, but it is what it is. All right, next we're gonna take the gray and do a little outer corner if it will show. And I mean, I can see it. It's just like super, super light. And I just wish it had just a tad more kick to it. And it just doesn't. So yeah, but that's all right. We tried. I mean, you got to see how it works, right? All right, and then I'm going to take my finger and take the glitter, which is pretty. That shows up pretty nice. I like it a lot. So not bad. Not my favorite, but it's good. It's good enough. Good enough. All right, so that is what we're working with, but I'm gonna go ahead and figure out what kind of eyeliner to put on, and then I'll come right back, and then we can just do like a little roundup of all the palettes, so don't go away. All right, I am back with the powdery pink eye look, and this is how it turned out. Very light and kind of delicate colors. It is what it is. When I was off camera, I even tried to build up the color a little bit. So it's a little deeper than it was when I left, but this is still a very extremely light palette. And what I have on my eyes, or what I added, for eyeliner, I went with the Revlon Color Stay. I don't remember the color. It's definitely a dark brown. Oh, it's a black brown. So as I mentioned when I did this look a few days ago, I used a black liner and I didn't like it, but I do really like a really deep or dark brown. So what did I mention? I already forgot. This is a black brown. So this is quite a dark eyeliner, and I've used these for years, Revlon Color Stay. So it's pretty deep. So I really like that, and I think it looks a lot better than the black. I did not like the black with this. And for the lower lash line, I used Avon's Majestic Plum, which I thought looks pretty nice. So I like those two combinations. And on my lashes, I used e.l.f. lash roller, which I think is a dupe for Benefit Roller Lash or something like that. I like it. It's pretty good. I mean, I think when I finish up this tube, I won't go buy another one, but I really like the wand. It's very thin. You can get right to your lash line, but it's nothing amazing. It works, but you know, like I said, when I finish it up, it'll be gone. And for blush, I have Frozen Pink on my cheeks because I was feeling kind of pink today. And this is kind of your bright bubblegum pink, but like these are great. They just sheer out so nicely. They're beautiful blushes and worth buying. All right, so, oh, and lastly, one more thing. I just have the Beyond Glow Lip Serum in Gleam on my lips. So that is my simple look, but let's quickly chat about these palettes. I don't know when these palettes are coming out. I don't believe it's campaign 12. It might be the campaign after that. These palettes were gifted to me from Avon as I'm part of their Avon collective, and which I had to apply for. So it's like a PR package kind of thing. And I'm really grateful to get them. I thought that it was really fun to get these. But let's talk about their size. They're super, super small. Now maybe on camera that doesn't look small, but if I compare it to another small palette, this is the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It palette. And this looks like a pretty small palette. This is a good palette. If you ever want to pick this up and you like neutrals, this is a good palette. So got this, but if you compare the two, you'll see how tiny these little guys are. So you can see how, oops, try to get the glare. So you can see size-wise, these are pretty small. You know, no big deal. You know, a small palette's perfectly fine by me. You know, I don't mind what size the palette is, as long as it's not like that huge tabletop palette, because I do not like those. But in going over these fun little palettes, I'll tell you my favorites. My total favorite is Cocoa Sands. That's this one. I love this one. I thought this was really beautiful on the eyes. I would totally buy this one. Second, I really loved the Smoky Ash. I thought it's fun. I really like the cool tone color. Then third, I really liked the Vintage Cherry. Thought this looked really pretty on green eyes. And then of course, lastly is the Powdery Pink, which is it's just a little light. I expect a little more bang for my buck in the eyeshadow world. You know, if I buy an eyeshadow, I want to be able to see it on my eyes, and this is pretty light. So yeah, that concludes the eyeshadows, you know, and like I said, I don't know exactly when these are coming out, but I suspect that it is campaign 13, because I know it's not campaign 12, because this is all about the bug guards. So anyways, if you have any questions, leave them below and I'll happily answer them. And if you watched this whole series, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.